Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day like I am. I am going to take a look here at Decentraland Mana for you, of course, kind of see what's going on with the technical analysis. And just to quickly note, I want to peek at Bitcoin just so you see kind of what's going on here. We're at I wouldn't say a state of emergency, but if you're not dollar cost averaging right now, what are you doing, right? Because the price is just slowly bleeding down to 56,000. I think we're going to lose the support at 58. And 56 might be the new support level. We'll find out here soon, of course. We've still got 4 more hours left in this trading cycle, but the price continues to fall. Just continue to add to your position. I'm adding to my position every $500 lower Bitcoin goes. I'm just adding 5 to 10%, slowly dollar cost averaging my position. So keep that in mind. That is what I'm doing. Do what you'd like, of course, but I do feel like Bitcoin is kind of on a downward trend. We're still making lower highs and lower lows at this point, so hard to say how much lower it will go, but just know 53,000 or 52.7 is a key level support based on the fact that was the highest point previously as September 7th before the El Salvador candle occurred. So just note that's kind of where our secondary support channel will be if we end up losing this, which it kind of looks like we will. So just make sure you dollar cost averaging. That's the important thing to do right now. And just before we jump into Mana, I want to let you know I'm not a financial advisor. This is for educational purposes, but also note you're in good hands. I've been trading for over 15 years, and my goal is to help you become a better trader. So thanks again to those who have been continuing to watch my videos and my patrons as well. Consider joining my patron community too, just based on the fact that I do help you become better traders and ultimately share my trades with my community members so you can kind of see what it's like to set up these trades, because I do this every single day for a living, right? So it's a good living. Honestly, I can't complain, but it's even better now that I have some amazing people walking alongside me in this journey. So check it out. So Mana, let's go ahead and go with the basic indicators and work our way down from the 1 day to the 1 hour. Simply put, 50-day simple moving average, nothing really to note there. They're going to be far away for a little while. RSI is back under 70, so just keep in mind 70 could be a potential resistance level. That will likely be somewhere in the range of about $4 to $4.25, because in this little channel here we can see there's a bit of a resistance. We'll identify that in the shorter time frames, but that's kind of what we're looking at for now with Mana. Now taking a look here, of course, at the 4 hour, you can see the 50-day simple moving average, how well it worked as a support level. That is awesome. We love to see that. And that does essentially allow for us to, reiterate that as a support, right? That did kind of help push the price action up, if you can see here. So we got 380 to roughly 390 as a major support and resistance channel. Previous resistance now considered a support. It looks like it's trying to close above, which is fantastic. If we can keep the price above that, we'll be in good shape to see a continuation of the upside to hit our target at $4.40. That's what our community is shooting for. We almost hit that. We're literally like, I think 5 cents away or 3 cents away. But that's okay. You always, come really close. But the bottom line is you want to set your targets right below major Fibonacci retracement lines, and the next major is about 447. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some other indicators. We're back up above 50 on the RSI. Fantastic. That helped with that moving average, kind of keeping the price up. We do have a potential convergence on the MACD. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's just going to explode, but it does imply that the bears are losing control and the bulls are effectively gaining control. That's really what it ultimately does, because that the 12-day exponential moving average is intersecting with a 26, kind of just telling us that in this amount of time, the last 12 days, there's been a shift in momentum, right? It's ultimately what it's telling us. I think it's actually more so 12 candlesticks versus 12 days, but you get the drift. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some other indicators here. Not the RSI on this chart. Let's go ahead and focus on the 2 most important indicators here. We'll look at the cloud first. So we got some good things going here. First of all, we're not above the cloud yet. We want to close above the cloud in order to allow that to be considered a buy signal. That's kind of the ultimate indication there. However, we're trending back towards that, and we're up above these 2 support levels, or previous resistance levels. That being said, you can see the baseline is below the lead here. In other words, when that conversion line is above the baseline, that's a good indication of the fact that the momentum is moving in the right direction. I believe those are moving averages, essentially just telling us that the bulls are in control. So once this cloud breaks above, or the price breaks above the cloud rather, then we have a consideration for a buy signal. But we want to get the price to close above, because you see back here, it couldn't quite close above, and that kind of worked as a resistance level. So we're kind of stuck in this little channel here between these 2 zones, and we'll be able to kind of see what happens soon. But once that price breaks above and closes above on the 1 hour chart, just say, for example, be a firm indication of a buy signal to potentially either go long or add to your position. Okay. Now it wouldn't hurt to dollar cost average right now, of course. That's your ultimate goal, and you know Mana is the coin for you want to hold for a long time. But generally speaking, right now we don't have that firm confirmation, but we're getting close, right? Because we're almost breaking out in the cloud, and we almost have a convergence on the MACD and the 4-hour chart. Those are like two rainbows put together as one. I refer to it as a double rainbow if you see my videos, and it's a really, really good sign. Okay, we had that sign happen on sand just a few hours ago, and we took a position. We're up 20 cents. We're almost to our target already. If it wasn't for Bitcoin kind of struggle busing right now, we'd have probably already been there. So that's just kind of how things are going right now. So just keep in mind, Mana's in very good shape. We got some key indications here that we should have some nice swing trade signals moving forward here. But the bottom line is the price is above that support level now, and that's a really, really important thing. So we're looking good there. And let's see kind of roughly where the amount of volume is trending in the last few hours here. And this is great too, because if you can be above the amount of the volume, in other words, the volume profile, this is a visible range of the volume profile. So most volume has occurred right at about $3.23. That reaffirms that being a support level. So if you use the volume weighted average price on the shorter time frames, like the 15-minute or less, that's basically a day trader's tool. When you use that, that tells you how much volume is expressed in the last 24 hours, right? And it creates a support level and a resistance level based on where the price is at. If the price is over that level, it's considered a support, just like here as well. Volume speaks very loud, and not a lot of people listen. So unfortunately, you can kind of overlook that sometimes, but in the last, how many trading days here? Last 12 trading days, we've seen a strong volume accumulation, about $3.23. So that reaffirms a support level. Heaven forbid the price comes down, it'll likely bounce off of that area because people feel like that's an affordable price, right? That being said, that's kind of where we're at there. Good stuff for Mana. I don't really see any downside here. I think we're just going to see a continuation of the upside because a lot of these coins are coming back alive now that Bitcoin is starting to struggle, right? People are taking that amount of volume from Bitcoin and transitioning over to coins like this right now. In fact, there's like studies that are going on right now of how much volume these things are accumulating right now when pretty much everything else is completely stagnant or retracing. These coins are slowly increasing pretty much consistently over the last couple of weeks. So it's awesome to see that. And I don't think, for any reason or another, I have no doubts that Mana will not continue to go up. So just keep this in mind here. We got some major resistance levels coming up, right? So we do have a major resistance at 495. That's the all-time high. And we've, of course, got the resistance plane here really close to about 423. That is essentially a temporary resistance based on the recent price action. So we can break that plane, get upwards, closer to $5. We'll be in good shape. But I can confidently say that, regardless of Bitcoin's status, unless Bitcoin tanks to just say 40,000 or something weird and crazy that we would never expect, you can say that 583 is a very strong likelihood here for Mana, just based on the fact that it's moving forward. We're really close on the cloud. We're really close on the 4-hour MACD convergence. Those two things converge. We're going to be able to see some really awesome stuff from Mana, and we should be able to see a continuation of the upside. And just keep in mind too, it is making higher highs and higher lows, right? So this is great. We just want this high to be higher than that one, hit our profit target, and keep on moving up, right? I think that's very likely. So all in all, definitely bullish on Mana. I think 583 by month end is a very liberal estimate, possible, of course. Just granted, we break our all-time high of 495, and then obviously by year end, I would say $5-6 is very manageable. So just keep that in mind. But again, I'm more conservative on my estimates, and I hope you appreciate that because I don't like to over anticipate things and obviously hype them up. That's not what you're going to find here. You're just going to find honest, straightforward feedback. So I hope that finds you well and you actually are benefiting from these videos. So I hope you learned something here today. If so, comment below. Feel free to join my Patreon community before the rates increase next month. Lock in that rate. And if I see you then, great. Looking forward to getting to know you better, working with you. If not, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thank you so much.